On today's DNVR Broncos podcast, we're bringing you the latest injury report and where things stand going into the Broncos-Chiefs game with the Broncos injury. Some big updates there. Plus, one of the injuries is really going to give an opportunity to a guy that might end up being the key to this game. And then we're giving our Broncos-Chiefs final score predictions. Big show starting now. RJ Harvey. We're going to talk about why he is so important to this game and break down the game of the year, the game of the decade for the Broncos. I don't know. It's a big one for this Denver Broncos team. We're going to do it live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your local Front Range Toyota stores. And we are presented by Bet365. Use that code DNVR365 when you sign up. Place a $5 bet. After depositing $10, you can get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. And we are the DNVR Broncos Podcast. We're throwing it back. A little throwback Thursday today. Ryan Koenigsberg, Zach Stevens. We got Dion behind the camera today. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. As much as I love doing shows just with you, I also miss Hank.
Yep.
He got his wisdom teeth out this week. I texted him yesterday. I said, how are you doing? He said, pain is going away, but I'm dying for a 5-layer burrito.
Oh, he knows ball.
Yeah,
he knows bell.
He knows bell.
Oh,
He
no.
knows bell.
Where's the bell?
I don't know, man.
Oh, no. In disarray right now. You should have called him and just seen how he's talking.
Yeah, it's true. I didn't want to put too much pressure on him.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. The pressure to
I didn't
perform
want to be
after.
like Brian Dable going into the injury blue tent.
Oh,
being like, hey, get your ass back out there.
Yeah, that's Dable, though. I truly believe this. If your ego can handle it, being a fired head coach, really now at college level too, might be the best job in the world, but also being a fired NFL head coach, not too bad. You get tens of millions to just not work.
There is usually language in the contract that stipulates you have to look for work, though.
Yes, that is true.
But all you got to do is hit up your buddy who's a GM in another city and be like, hey, interview me for your quarterback's coach position, and then don't give me the job.
Yeah, exactly. That's how the league works, whether it's good or bad. I mean, did you see the drama with Brian Kelly recently?
Which one?
Well, yeah, there's a lot. Specifically with his buyout.
No.
So
when
LSU fired him, they're like, we're working on a buyout. And then it comes out that the working on the buyout was LSU having to owe him $54 million. And they went to him and said, would you take 20? He said, no. Would you take 30? He said, no. So they're going to have to give him the 54.
Well,
of course.
Well, they're trying to say now that they fired him for cause.
And the cause is that they're trying to say they never fired him in the first place. They never formally fired him. And then he just stopped showing up.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what I saw. Maybe it's not right. I don't know.
I think that they're threatening him with like, hey, take the 30 or we'll tell people why we fired you with cause.
Oh, okay. I like that. Yeah. And good thing that, Ryan, we've covered so many coaching searches. We don't have to do that for a long time. Thanks to Sean Payton. And
I was going to say, some people might disagree.
That's true. We might be having to cover a defensive coordinator search because Dan Graziano of ESPN put out this week that Vance Joseph is one of the hottest names out there. Love that for Vance. Maybe don't love it for the Broncos because of how good Vance is. And Ryan, not just Vance in general, but Vance against the Kansas City Chiefs. I've got some very encouraging numbers that we'll get to in just a second. But Ryan, let's give you the most updated injury news because after yesterday's practice, talking to Sean, talking to the players, seeing what did and did not take place on the practice field, I'm pretty darn confident how I know this game is going to shape up in terms of the injuries. And let's give you the good news first. Let's start off with some good news. Marvin Mims is officially back. He has moved I think all the way through the concussion protocol. If not, he has moved where he is just an inch away from being there. So he is going to practice, and that's huge, especially if the Broncos don't have a J.K. Dobbins, which we'll get to in a second. We know that Sean Payton likes to use Marvin Mims in the backfield as well. So I think that's really big.
Yeah, I mean, probably aren't going to be using Marvin between the tackles, which is
Probably
where you'll
not.
be missing J.K. the most. But, yeah, he's a big part of this offense. And going to probably be a big part of the screen game that is going to be improved by Lil Jordan Humphrey.
Yep, exactly. And we also got a little bit of an indication of why the Broncos brought in Lil Jordan Humphrey. Yesterday, Trent Sherfield did not practice. He popped up on the injury report with a toe injury, so a natural replacement. The Broncos promised Lil Jordan that he would play this Sunday if he decided to leave the Giants practice squad and sign on the Broncos 53. I'm sure there were more appealing reasons as well, but that's pretty clear. Trent Sherfield might not be available. You might even upgrade at that position by bringing in Lil Jordan Humphrey this week. You will upgrade. I agree with you there. Couple of other quick injury news. Obviously, Alex Singleton did not practice. We know he wasn't going to play this week. Nate Atkins also did not practice. What's Nate Atkins good at? Blocking. Lil Jordan Humphrey doesn't play the same position, but you bring in a blocker because you're going to be without two of your other blockers. And Jonah Ellis did not practice, which Jonah is maybe one of the best backups in the entire NFL. Good news is Q Robinson, when he's played, has looked good as well. And obviously you have Jonathan Cooper, Nick Bonito there too. So not the biggest concern, but...
Do you think he plays or no?
No. I don't think so, just the way he's trending right now. And then two big ones that did not practice, Ryan. Pat Surtain was not out there yesterday. We were hopeful that maybe he'd be back for the Chiefs game. Deep down inside, we probably didn't expect that he was going to be back. And like I've been told as well, I don't think he's going to be back for this game. So a big blow. We heard from Sean Payton yesterday, who just couldn't talk highly enough of Rashee Rice. He said just how much he has absolutely changed the Chiefs offense since he's been back. So a bummer. But as we pointed out yesterday, there's no underplaying how good Pat Surtain is and important he is. This Broncos secondary has really stepped up without him, though.
They really have. I mean, Riley's been amazing. No one's talking about him.
No, it's true.
And no one's talking about Chris Abrams-Drain.
No.
And no one's talking about Jahdae Barron.
And that's what you want.
And no one's talking about Jaquan.
No, 100%.
Why? Because none of them have had a bad game. Hardly had a bad moment. I think Brock Bowers' one catch was on Jahdae.
Yep.
But we're talking about Brock Bowers' one catch.
And this also includes an entire half of football where it's Dak Prescott, George Pickens, and CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
No talk about those guys.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive. And I think, honestly, I was joking with someone today that, like, I was joking with the Madden chat today that if the Broncos beat the Chiefs without PS2, they're going to start calling PS2 a system corner. Because, like, the system is just plug and play. It's like a Mike Shanahan running backs right now. Just put someone out there and they're going to be able to ball out.
Yeah, and it really, really, really speaks to Vance and Riley Moss for really stepping up. I mean, he was talked about more as the number 2 cornerback than he is the number 1 cornerback right now. And that is just so big. Rashee Rice is good. I don't think he's as good as maybe Sean was talking about him yesterday. And obviously I get why Sean would hype him up. That's what every single coach does. But I am confident in Riley Moss on Rashee Rice. Ryan, the big one that's been the big one for them for 10 years and has hurt the Broncos a lot is obviously Travis Kelce. But you mentioned Brock Bowers. He had one big catch against the Broncos. How about Jake Ferguson, the guy that was the 4th leading receiver in catches in the entire NFL, not for tight ends, but in the entire NFL coming into the Broncos game? How did he do?
0 catches.
And the one target, Jahdae had an interception
Yeah.
off of. So crazy enough, that's also probably a storyline that's not talked about big enough with the Broncos right now, is a team that's been really bad at covering tight ends for over a decade is all of a sudden incredible.
Yeah, this week will be tougher because last week it was just like, oh, they only have one threat.
Right.
With that being said, though, Ferguson, that's the opposite.
Yeah.
They've got everything all over the field, and they were able to literally shut him out.
Yeah.
So it'd be really interesting. I mean, God, could you imagine like a Jade pick on a Travis Kelce target?
Off Patrick Mahomes.
That would feed families.
Oh, my goodness. And we know that Justin Simmons owned Patrick Mahomes. He had the most interceptions off him. I believe it was 6 picks. At one point, Travis Kelce had like 18 interceptions in his career, and Justin Simmons had 6 of them.
Patrick Mahomes had 18.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Patrick Mahomes had 18. Justin had 6 of them. We need a new guy to step up and own Mahomes right now. If it's the rookie, oh my goodness, that's going to be exciting. Okay, so don't expect PS2 this week. I'm still expecting him to be back after the bye, but we'll get to that in a week or two. The one other injury, which, man, we've talked about a lot this week, but it's pretty much becoming official now. J.K. Dobbins did not practice yesterday, and Ryan, when asked about if they're still considering putting him on IR yesterday, Sean Payton said, nothing's been decided yet. We'll have a lot more clarity in the near future. If Sean isn't willing to say no IR for him right now and leave the door open, he's not playing this Sunday.
Yeah, he's not playing this Sunday. I don't think that was ever really a thought for me.
Man, I guess I was just hopeful.
Yeah, I mean, and who could blame you? But it never, to me, the best case is like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
No IR, unfortunately. But anything other than out for the season is a win.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, you have built yourself a lot of leeway. It sucks that if you lose this week, you erase a lot of leeway.
Yeah.
But if you win this week, you have built an incredible amount of leeway to be able to get, like, does anyone even remember that Ben Powers is out?
No, it's crazy.
Like, if you lost Ben Powers, you're like, damn, that's a big blow.
Yeah.
Well, haven't lost since.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very true.
You lose PS2, you're undefeated without PS2. So you've been able to overcome this stuff, and you've been able to buy yourself time to get back healthy. Hopefully, you don't, continue down the fountain where more guys get hurt while you're working on getting healthy. But if you could get JK back in 3-4 weeks, it would feel a lot better.
Yeah, it totally would. And down the stretch, getting him back, and then also having RJ Harvey develop into just an everything back, not just a pure joker, could actually be the best case for the Broncos. Having JK plus RJ being comfortable doing everything, because it's not like he needs to develop as a runner. But Ryan, I believe that RJ Harvey is the key to this game, and he's going to have a big role. And Sean Payton all but confirmed it yesterday, and I want to get into it and hear exactly from Sean and why this, I don't think it's going to be a running back by committee. I think that they aren't going to be afraid to rely on the rookie to carry the rock this week, which is so important to do against the Chiefs, especially against this defense. And let's hear from Sean after I give a shout out to our favorite food out there. Maybe Hank's first meal back is going to be stopping by Taco Bell. And if he's looking for a little heat, the new Flamin' Hot Frito grilled cheese burrito, I mean, he might just be able to suck that one down. Like, just squeeze all the cheese out.
That is crazy. I did say, he's like, I get to move on to like soft foods or something on Tuesday. I was like, burritos are soft?
The burritos are, and there's some, I mean, you get just the normal burrito, those refried beans and cheese.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, you might just be able to.
That's soft.
And our friends over at Taco Bell have the best food out there. Plus, they have the best deals out there. $7 for their Buffs box. Even if you're not a Buffs fan, you still got to go with the Buffs box. And then, of course, if you're a Buffs fan, you get that player collectible cup as well, which features some of the stars of the Buffs. $7 for 4 Taco Bell classes and a player collectible cup. And Taco Bell is a proud partner of CU Athletics, donating $1,000 to the Golden Buffalo Scholarship Foundation for every CU touchdown scored in 2025. Live Moss at Taco Bell.
Also, shout out to our friends over at Common Spirit Health, where they're more than just hospitals and clinics. They are a team of passionate and expert caregivers who are dedicated to your well-being, woven into the very fabric of your community. From preventative care to advanced surgical solution, their skilled physicians and caring staff are here for you, offering personalized treatment tailored to your unique needs. You can expect a blend of cutting-edge technology with a commitment to human kindness at their 20 hospitals and 240 clinics right here in Colorado. So, experience the difference compassion makes. Find a Common Spirit location near you and discover a new standard of health and healing by visiting mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the 7-2, 8-2. I said the 7-2 on a lot last week. 8-2, first place, Denver Broncos Football Club.
Someone yesterday during press conferences said 7-2 as well. So there's just something around that.
We're so locked in on not looking ahead, we're even looking backwards.
That's very true. I love that. That's the mindset that we're talking about. Ryan, really quick, before we look at the keys to the game and RJ Harvey's role, let's really quick look at the Kansas City Chiefs injury report coming off a bye, and let's do that in the Common Spirit injury report, checking out what the Chiefs are looking like right now. Unfortunately, coming off a bye, they have got a lot healthier. There's only 2 guys that were limited or did not practice yesterday, but Ryan, it's 2 very key guys. George Karlaftis, of course, the guy that is making just a little bit less than Nick Bonito and not performing like Nick Bonito this season. He's dealing with a thumb. He was limited, so you expect him to play. But Ryan, the big one for them. Yeah, it's very true. The big one, Isaiah Pacheco. He's dealing with that knee injury still. He did not practice yesterday, and he is by far their best running back, and he might be the difference in the Chiefs' eyes of them winning or losing the game. The fact that you come off a bye and you didn't practice on Wednesday, that is not a good sign. So that is the Common Spirit injury report delivered by Common Spirit. Experience the difference compassion makes. Find a Common Spirit location near you and discover a new standard of health and healing by visiting mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health, official care partner of the Denver Broncos.
All right. I want to can I just quickly talk about Lil Jordan Humphrey?
Yeah. Wow.
There was like mass chaos online over the Broncos signing of Lil Jordan Humphrey, and I'll never understand it. I really won't. If you can upgrade a role on the football team, you just do it. People are acting like this was like a $15 million like free agent signing. Yeah. Not a essentially free signing off the practice squad for a guy that knows what he's doing in your offense and can help you. And people are saying, oh, okay, well, every time he's out there, it's a screen or a run. Like, no, that's not true. No. Is that what you saw with Trent Sherfield? No. Obviously, you're going to put them out there in formations that are built for those plays, but that also allows you to run counters off of that. Lil Jordan Humphrey has had some issues with drops in the past for sure, but he also is like, he's not a 300-pound offensive lineman who has bricks for hands.
No, you're spot on.
And then I mentioned it yesterday on the show, but I want to reiterate. It's not just the screens, which, by the way, the only reason why you don't like the screens is because the screens aren't working. If the screens worked, everyone would love them. Yep. So why would you not want to get a guy who can help you make the screens work more?
Because Sean Payton's not stopping the screens.
No, he can't, because we just lost our starting running back.
Yeah, exactly. You're 100% right. That's going to be an extension of the running game now. And Ryan, to your point, when Sean was asked about why did you bring Lil Jordan back yesterday, I wouldn't have been surprised if he was like, well, he's a great player. We didn't want to lose him in the first place. And we had to get him back. He's going to be a key part. Instead, he said, we're at the point right now where you need good depth. Essentially, like, we can't just start promoting practice squad players to develop them for next year. Because, no, we're looking at a potential deep playoff run right now, and you have to have depth there. So Sean's not saying he's going to be the key part of the offense. He's saying we need a depth, and that's exactly what he is.
Yeah, no, So he's going to help you block in the run game. He's going to help you block in the screen game, which, like it or not, is going to be even more prominent now without your inside running back. Yep. And he's like a good player.
Yep. Yep. So why would you not want him?
Why would you not want him? I don't know. It's crazy to me. I wish everyone would stop like fighting with each other so much. Yeah. There's so much Broncos country infighting. We're 8-2. Let's have some fun.
You put the message out yesterday, Ryan, and it was very well put. 8-2. What are we doing? Let's enjoy this.
When I look back at like some of the more fun seasons I've had, the Nuggets championship season sticks out to me a lot. And then even like the Buffs last year was fun because it had this same effect, which is like 100% us versus them.
Yep.
It's like the whole fan base, we're together
Yep.
and we're against the world.
Yep.
And I wish Broncos country would embrace that a little bit more this year and like take on the us against the world mentality rather than us against ourselves.
And what's unfortunate is typically when you have a really good team and the expectations are high, this is when this happens, and you're maybe a little more nervous going into every game because you have so much to lose. That's what made the Tim Tebow season so unbelievably fun. It was like you have nothing to lose. The Broncos have this year with Sean, they've really accelerated that right now. So now people expect just greatness. And honestly, you're seeing greatness. You're seeing an elite defense right now. You're seeing an 8-2 football team. The Broncos have only been in this position with their record 10 games through a season a handful of times right now. So let's enjoy this and focus on the good, because there is a lot of good. And like we said yesterday, Ryan, I think the entire attitude flips if you beat this Kansas City Chiefs team on Sunday. And I think that RJ Harvey is going to have a massive role on this Broncos offense. And honestly, before yesterday, I didn't know if it was going to be a running back by committee, if they were going to go sign someone to pair with RJ, if Jaleel was going to get half the carries, if they just wanted to keep RJ in that joker role. After yesterday, talking to Sean and then being in the locker room as well, it's pretty damn clear that RJ Harvey is going to be the runner for the Broncos as well. And obviously, Jaleel will be active, so will Tyler Bidet. Bidet will continue to do what he does on third down and pass block and have Sean's trust. Jaleel will get a couple of carries. But Ryan, I fully believe that this is going to be the RJ Harvey show. And let's just hear Sean talk about RJ, because he loves him a lot. So he was essentially asked with this question, how do you, or is he just a receiver right now, or why do you have confidence in RJ Harvey being a runner for you if Dobbins is out? And here's what Sean said.
Yeah, listen, he was, when we drafted him, it was his running skill set. And, you know, man, he had a lot of touches. I was just kidding with him earlier. Then you have experience in a guy like Jaleel, who's explosive and has been chomping at the bit. And so, I think, you know, sometimes players are not held back, but when you're watching Pat Bryant grow right in front of our eyes, and you're starting to see that with RJ, and obviously he'll have more opportunities here in this game. So, he's built. When you see his frame, he's built to last, and that's important.
Built to last. I just think, and he mentioned it right there, RJ's going to have more opportunities. Unfortunately, that kind of really tips you off again. The J.K. Dobbins is not playing. But Ryan, he's so right. I mean, a knock of RJ Harvey coming out of college was just his lack of receiving. Not against him, but just like, do we know if he can be a receiver out of the backfield? Well, the Broncos have found that out quickly, that he can be. He almost has as many receiving yards as he does rushing yards. 175 receiving yards, 214 rushing yards. Just shows how good of a receiver he has developed into. But in the past 2 years at UCF, he ran for 3,000 yards and nearly 40 rushing touchdowns. He is and one of the things that George Payton and Sean Payton said when they drafted him was he had the best vision in the draft. You know when vision helps you the most? Running in between the tackles and knowing when to bounce outside, but really specifically which holes to cut into. Remember after the San Francisco game, first preseason game, where RJ maybe bounced one or two outside a little too much? That was a big point of emphasis. The next week, every single run the following week was in between the tackles, especially that one run where there was no room and somehow he wiggled through and got like 15 yards for a touchdown. I am confident that RJ Harvey is going to succeed running between the tackles this week.
Yeah. So first of all, someone said, ask RK about RJ's game against CU. He did have a long touchdown reception in that game, but Buffs held him pretty much in check.
What's crazy is the Buffs held him in check, and I still think he had 150 yards from scrimmage.
Yeah, because he had like a 75-yard touchdown.
But that was holding him in check compared to the season he had.
Totally. I mean, that was the big thing is like the Buffs, I think, were 14.5-point dogs because it was like, oh, UCF's one of the best running teams in the country.
Yeah.
Anyways, to me, the key to RJ Harvey having a good running game is actually Bo Nix. and not in the way that you think. Bo Nix needs to run the football. And when I went back and watched some of the Chiefs-Bills game, which I'm going to finish later this afternoon.
You're going to enjoy the end.
Yes, exactly. One of the things that I really noticed is they were opening some semi-truck holes for James Cook. And I thought it was because of the threat of Josh Allen running. He is so dangerous out in the open field, especially in like short yarded situations where he has his power, that the backside has to stay home. And even the linebackers were like a little bit late getting over there because they were freezing on Josh Allen's keeper. Give me like one or two first quarter pulls for Bo Nix in zone read, and I think it could do wonders for RJ, because you get him those type of holes and he is going to run for a long time and hit his head on the goalpost. But he's not J.K. Dobbins when it comes to finding little creases in tight spaces and jump cutting around to get a couple yards. Like, you're going to have to move some guys and create holes for him. And you're definitely going to run the ball outside, which I mentioned yesterday and today with Lil Jordan Humphrey. Like, you're going to run sweep. You're going to run like the inside fake flip out. You know, that's the stuff he's already been successful on this year. But I really do think you got to let Bo get involved in this running game if you want to win. And I'll be watching it very, very closely, because I have been thinking all year that Sean is saving the Bo Nix run package for, one, when the game is on the line, and two, when the biggest games arrive.
Well, and we've seen it a little bit when the game's on the line in the Cowboys game. Sean saved that design run for Bo, went for 25 yards, gave the Broncos that lead right there. And you're 100% right. I couldn't agree with you more. This is a game to break it out, because you don't run Bo 15 times a game every single game, but you can run him 10 times a game occasionally, and this is that exact game. So I totally agree with you. And Ryan, I love that idea even more, because I think that's going to calm Bo down. And we've seen Bo just be a little antsy in the pocket. If he's feeling it and he starts feeling it in the fourth quarter, that's when things slow down for him. And so I do think that Sean should open a couple of these up in the first quarter to get him going, because it's not only going to help RJ, it's not only going to help him on the ground, but it's going to help him as a quarterback too. And Bo Nix has been fantastic when playing against the Chiefs. Obviously, one of the games that he's played against the Chiefs twice. One of them was against primarily backups, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. I believe 1 point off a perfect passer rating. The other game, though, Ryan, he was in Arrowhead. Everyone said this is the toughest start he's ever going to have. He's going up against an 8-0 Kansas City Chiefs team. They only play close games, so it's going to be a close game. He's in Arrowhead. And what does Bo Nix do? He goes out, throws 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, leads a game-winning drive. Literally, we talked about it earlier this week. 5 minutes and 24 seconds on the clock when the Broncos got the ball. They went all the way downfield in position for a game-winning 35-yard field goal. We know how that final play went, but that is as perfect as it could go. I think Bo Nix is going to believe in himself a little bit more going into this game, because he does have that momentum against the Chiefs, and that's going to be huge.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like running the ball makes him feel like a football player.
Yeah.
Instead of a quarterback.
Yeah.
And I like when Bo plays football more than when Bo plays quarterback. Because when he plays quarterback, he's thinking too much. Just go play football, man. And so I think he's going to cut loose. I think Sean's going to cut loose the QB run. If you look at RJ's stats, he's been pretty good running out of under center, and he's been really good running out of pistol. The one place where he hasn't been good is running out of shotgun. And I think you can open that up with some zone read.
Yep, I completely agree. Man, I just really agree with you that don't save those for the end of the game, because you can use them at the end of the game too.
By the way, we've now seen the Bo Nix QB sweep called 3 times. There's going to be a reverse coming off of that.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right. And yesterday, Sean was asked, why does Troy Franklin lead the Broncos in targets over the past month, essentially? And Sean pointed to 2 things. One, he's explosive. The second thing, which wasn't really expecting this to be in his answer, Sean said he is so good and is so fast and has the endurance and the ability to just fly across the line of scrimmage before the snap. Sometimes he gets the ball, but then what really makes him special is, he said, not only is he fast and have the endurance, but once the ball is snapped, he can perfectly transition to running down the field, going full speed, east and west, to immediately going full speed north and south right there. And that just plays right into what you're saying. Like, they do send Troy across the line of scrimmage or behind the quarterback a lot before snaps. A couple of these times they're going to use that, and you break it out before a bye against the Chiefs at home.
Oh, man. I'm looking forward to this. I really hope
I can't wait
that this Broncos team puts on a show on Sunday, even shorthanded. And I do have to keep reminding myself of that they are we're going to be quite shorthanded in that game.
Yep, it's true.
And I still believe, because none of the injuries this year have set us back.
It's such a good point. Ryan, I just want to hear from Court talking about RJ Harvey, because, man, if you need any convincing, Courtland Sutton does that convincing. And let's actually hear that right now before the break. Let's hear from Court talking about RJ. Court, as a receiver yourself, RJ Harvey's had a lot of success coming out of the backfield as a receiver.
Yeah.
What have you seen from him this year?
Yeah, shoots. RJ's special, man. We call that boy the ATH, and I'm sure in y'all's profession, y'all can put together what that means. But he's not just a running back. You know, he's a very special dude, man. The dude can do a little bit of everything. You know, he can run the ball, obviously, but watching him catch the ball out of the backfield and, you know, catching and carrying, the thing that's scary is I feel like he's barely scratching the surface of his potential for what he can do in the league. You know, I think guys are just seeing a little bit of what he's capable of, and he's dangerous, man. The dude has incredible balance, incredible speed. And you pair that up with a guy that can catch the ball out the backfield, getting matched up with a linebacker that probably can't run as fast as him. You know, it's a dangerous combination. So, man, I'm looking forward to continuing to watch RJ flourish and develop and turn into the guy that, you know, we all know that he can be, and he knows he can be.
I can't wait. Can't wait to see him and Bo out there, and obviously get JK healthy for the stretch down the field, or down the season.
By the way, we are due for a Courtland Sutton game.
That's for sure.
And the Chiefs love them some cover zero.
Yep.
And I really hope that they run that as much as they normally like to.
Yep.
Because a lot of teams have been trying to zone Bo Nix to death.
Yeah.
And he's had a hard time processing it. If you want to just go cover zero and say, yeah, go ahead, throw it up to Court, I would like to see that quite a bit. And also, guys are going to hate this. What also works against cover zero? Screens.
Yeah.
If you block them, and only if you block them.
Yep, and welcome Lil Jordan Humphrey.
Yep.
That'll be a big addition for this week. Okay, Ryan, I threw out the Bo Nix stats for you against the Chiefs. I think there's even more encouraging stats for this game about the defense against Patrick Mahomes with a key person. And that might also be the difference in this game and what makes me feel very confident about the Broncos. Let's hit that after I give a shout out to our friends over at HelloFresh. We're talking about how RJ Harvey is going to become that do everything package for the Broncos. That's what HelloFresh is. They do everything for you when it comes to delicious meals at home. They're America's #1 meal kit, with making home cooking easier with chef-crafted recipes and fresh ingredients delivered straight to your door. And the big thing is, it's bigger than ever. They have doubled their menu. Now you can choose from over 100 options each week, and you can choose from 15 protein recipes each week, high protein recipes, including grass-fed ribeye or lamb chops. That is incredible that they're able to send that high quality of food and those type of options to you. And you can get a free 10 free meals and a free breakfast for life by going to HelloFresh.com/Broncos10FM. The 10 FM stands for 10 free meals. So go to HelloFresh.com/Broncos10FM to get 10 free meals and a free breakfast for life. One box with active subscription. Free meals applied as a discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's HelloFresh.com/Broncos10FM to get 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life.
Also, shout out to the Gold Crown Foundation. If you grew up playing basketball in Colorado, chances are you played in the Gold Crown Competitive Basketball League. Today's divisions are 4th through 8th grade teams, including feeder teams, gold, silver, and bronze, and club teams. They not only play in high school gyms, but at the amazing Gold Crown Fieldhouse. It's a high-energy game. They've got plenty of courts, and now is the time to find a team in your area. Trial pages on our website, or check with your local school. Don't be like me. I missed out on the Gold Crown Foundation when I was a kid. It was the death of my basketball career. Who knows where I could have been by now.
We'd be covering you.
Yeah, exactly. I could have been, catching perfect passes from Nikola Jokic in the corner.
Would you be Jokic?
No.
Okay.
I could only shoot. That's all I could do. But learn more and sign up by scanning the QR code or by visiting goldcrownfoundation.com.
And shout out to our presenting sponsor, Bet365. Use that code DNVR365 when you sign up. Ryan, we got Thursday Night Football tonight. It's not an AFC West game, so we're not going to pick it. You got the Patriots, 13.5-point favorite against the Jets in New England. Yeah, it sucks.
Throw us a bone.
It's an 8-2 team going up against a 2-7 team.
Against who again?
The Jets.
The Jets. Fields at quarterback?
Yep, I think so.
I might take that 13.5.
I think I might too. I might look so silly when they're up like 27-0 at half or something, but I'm going to take that 13.5. And hey, we'll all be cheering for the Jets just because fighting for that number 1 seed. That's right. Broncos are fighting for a number 1 seed. That's the type of season we're talking about right now.
I really do feel like order has been restored in the NFL. Like you look at the top of the AFC standing, it's the Broncos, the Patriots, and the Colts.
Yep.
That just feels right.
Yep, it does. It brings you back to childhood.
It does. Forget the Chiefs and the Ravens and the Bills.
Yeah. Have those are just like borderline playoff teams. Like Chiefs not even a playoff team right now.
Hopefully.
Just absolutely incredible. Okay, so let's continue to break down this game. Ryan, since Vance Joseph has become the defensive coordinator, so when Sean Payton got here, 2023 up till now, Patrick Mahomes has played in 3 games. And of course, because he sat last week. But when Vance Joseph has been the defensive coordinator, these are Patrick Mahomes' stats in the 3 games. He has 812 passing yards, 270 yards a game. Okay, he gets yards. 2 passing touchdowns.
Per game, right?
Total.
Oh, in the last 3 games.
In the last 3 games,
Okay,
he has
okay.
2 passing touchdowns. That's 0.67 a game.
Yeah,
6.7. Yeah. 3 interceptions. So 1 per game. That is more interceptions than touchdowns in 3 full games against the Broncos. This is a pretty good sample size. And he's been sacked 9 times, 3 sacks per game. I would sign up for that in a heartbeat. If he's going to throw for 270 yards, fine, I'll give that to him. Less than a touchdown. So over under half a touchdown for this game. And an interception with 3 sacks. That is why the Broncos are having success against the Chiefs.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to keep it up because Andy Reid is going to bring it.
Yep.
He's going to bring it this week with some stuff that you're not going to be ready for, and you're going to have to react to it. That excites me, though, man. And, I mean, I don't know exactly what the numbers would be going back to even when Vance was the head coach of this team.
Yeah.
But I feel like they always played him well then, too.
I agree.
So clearly, I don't know. There's something to it. There's something to Vance's game plan. And again, Andy Reid has studied every single one of those games probably 3 times over this week trying to figure out what we're missing.
And that's why Baldy told us yesterday that Andy Reid wasn't at the Texas Tech BYU game because he was studying this Broncos team.
Oh, he went to BYU.
I didn't realize that either. And he was so dialed in on this Broncos game. Andy Reid has the best winning percentage coming off a bye in NFL history for a coach that has coached at least 10 seasons. I believe he is 22-4, 21-4. Yeah, so really impressive there. But the Broncos also have kind of a mini bye as well. And Ryan, holding Patrick Mahomes to those bad games, those are bad games for Mahomes, or for any quarterback, especially Mahomes. It has resulted in very poor offense for the Chiefs. In those 3 games, the Chiefs scored 19 points, 9 points, and 16 points. That's 14.7 points per game. That is insane how good Vance Joseph and this Broncos team have done. And as some people are pointing out in the Toyota chat, giving a shout out to Zach Allen, he's been here since that time. Pretty much the nucleus of this defense has been here that time. So they know how to dominate Patrick Mahomes, and they've done it since Vance Joseph and this nucleus of this defense have been there. There's one key stat for beating the Chiefs, though. Patrick Mahomes is 54-0 when opposing teams score 17 points or less. The Broncos need to get to 18 points. Need to. Because Mahomes is going to find out some way, even though he's only averaging 15 points a game against the Broncos in the past 3 games, he's going to find some way to make sure he does not lose if the defense holds the Broncos to 17 points. So
such a low bar.
It is. And
such a low
and
bar.
You typically say, Ryan, that number
24.
is 24. Let's bring it down. Just get to 18 this week, because I
24.
believe this Broncos defense can hold Mahomes to 17 or under. They have the track record.
If you're a professional football offense, you should score 24 points.
How confident are you that the Broncos can do that this week?
I'm confident as long as Bo's healthy.
Yeah, that interesting caveat that we won't know until likely after the season.
After the season, yeah, exactly. I don't know. I just I feel like he has. I feel like the bigger the game, the slower his heartbeat.
And the bigger the moment, the slower his heart beats.
And so I have a good feeling about Bo. I don't know why.
If Bo shows up, I mean, just like in any game, the true key is Bo versus Mahomes in this game. I think RJ Harvey's the second key right there. But if Bo shows up, the Broncos are winning, without a doubt.
James in the comments brings this up, and this I put myself through the pain of rewatching that Thursday night game. Everyone's mad about Bo. Everyone's mad about the wrong thing. Everyone should be beside themselves over the penalties.
Yeah.
Not nearly enough talk in this town about the penalties. The penalties are a joke.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Do you know what their average third and was? Because I don't know.
No.
I guarantee you it was atrocious.
Yeah.
And half the time it was because they're 2nd and 15, 2nd and 20.
Right.
Because they had some stupid penalty.
Yep.
That, man, I'm already mad now because
well, you want
I just remember that the refs are going to cheat us.
Yeah.
So we have to overcome them.
Here's some good news about this, though. The very first thing that Sean Payton said when talking about the offensive struggles after the game on Thursday, he pointed right to offensive penalties. On Monday, when he talked about it after reviewing the game, he pointed to penalties again. So maybe there's not enough talk about it in Broncos country, but inside that building, they for damn sure know. But they've also known for a whole season, which is the scary part.
That's what I just don't get, is I'm just like, we always blame penalties on coaching, and I've never understood why. Like, it's, they're undisciplined. Like, are you just supposed to run them more?
Right.
I don't know what the solution is. I just feel like this is what I run around the office telling people, mostly joking all the time, but I'm just like, just lock in. You just got to lock in. That's how you don't get penalties. You just lock in.
Yep. Yeah.
So that would be my message if I was Sean Payton.
Just lock in. Lock the F in.
Yes. Yes.
To your point, the Broncos had 11 penalties for, I think, 70-something yards, 80-something yards. 8 of them were on offense. 8 of them were on offense.
You can't expect positive offensive output when you're setting yourself backwards 8 times in the game. That's basically like taking 8 sacks.
Yeah, 100%. And Sean says how important sacks are in a game. Well, now you add 2 sacks from Bo last week with 8 penalties. That's 10 negative plays on offense. That is so hard for anyone to overcome.
It's impossible, except for stupid Mahomes.
Yep, exactly. Let's hope that it's a home game. The officials are going to be not biased.
Let's go. Let's get some home cooking, but it depends on how they feel about Sean Payton.
Yeah,
Benny would tell us.
that is very true. I can't wait for this game. Andy Reid and Sean Payton, Patrick Mahomes, this pass rush, Bo Nix, RJ Harvey. I cannot wait for this game. And Ryan, if you want to go to the game, you got to check out our friends over at Game Time. Ryan, this is, I think, the best game that you can possibly see this entire season for the Denver Broncos if you want to be a fan. And Ryan, it's not even the most expensive game that you can see. Cowboys game was more expensive over at Game Time. Right now, you can get in with fees included over at gametime.co for $272. And man, you got a great in zone view. So you get pretty much the all 22 angle right there. They've got a deal going on right now. Their super deal, $365 to be in club level right now. That's top 1% of value. And man, I just love Game Time because it includes the fees. You get to see exactly where your seat is. You get to see what the view is from your seat. They've got the game time guarantee. They've got some amazing deals going on. Like there's great deals, there's amazing deals, and they also have their super deals going on over at Game Time. It's an incredible user interface, and we love it. And you can get $20 off by using the code DNVR over in the Game Time app. After you create an account, use that code DNVR for $20 off your first purchase. Again, whether you're going to a Broncos game this week, Avs, Nuggets, you can get them over at Game Time. Create an account and use that code DNVR for $20 off. Tap, ticket, go. Download Game Time today.
Also, shout out to our friends over at Bet365, where did you know that in the month of November, so how many days is that?
12.
We are
13
days into November, and teams in Denver are 10-1 during that time.
Whew.
And that's good for me. That's good for my wallet.
That is.
Because I'm always over at Bet365 betting on our teams. And tonight you got Thursday Night Football. I also think the Avs are in action. But Thursday Night Football means a $10 safety net bet. You just get a chance to just throw a dart, take a chance, go big or go home.
Yep.
Take a swing, and if you miss, you just get $10 back in a bet to probably try it all over again the next next day. But it's fun. All it takes is one big hit for you to really love those free safety net bets. So shout out to our friends over at Bet365. New customers can get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5 win or lose. Sign up. Use the code DNVR365. That's DNVR365. Deposit $10, place a bet for $5, and as soon as that $5 bet settles, you're going to get $200 in bonus bet, whether your bet wins or loses. Of course, you must be 21 and older, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
And shout out to Bet365 for being our presenting sponsor. And Ryan, you kind of touched on it. What a time to be a Colorado sports fan right now. Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable. 0 regulation losses at home between the Avs, Nuggets, and Broncos.
That's insane.
Yes.
That is so cool. And what would just put the cherry on top of all that is beating the Chiefs at home.
Oh, yeah. And then giving yourself a real chance to have a home playoff game.
Yep.
And really quick, I just want to touch back on the penalties one last time. The Broncos are the most penalized team in football. The Broncos have punted the most out of any team in football. The Broncos have the best record in football.
Yep.
Something has to give. Those 3 things cannot coexist.
Yeah. That's a good point.
As much as I would love for them to coexist just all the way through the season and say that that can happen and the Broncos can just keep doing this, they can't. So either what's going to happen is the Broncos are going to commit fewer penalties, which is going to lead to fewer punts, and they're going to keep winning games, or they're going to continue to commit these penalties and continue to punt the ball at the rate they are, and they're going to start losing games. That would be my message to the team if I was Sean Payton. Something has to give. These 3 things cannot coexist.
And that can either lead to an unbelievably disappointing first-round exit because the penalties and punts really stack up in that first game and bite you. But if it's the other thing that flips, Ryan, the Broncos aren't just going to continue to win games. They're going to blow teams out. And
100%.
Maybe that's what could happen this Sunday, which I haven't even thought about that. Could you imagine if we're talking about a double-digit point win for the Broncos?
Yeah, it would mean 4 penalties for 26 yards.
Yep, exactly. And the Broncos also lead the NFL in 3 and outs. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
You don't do that, then your defense is going to be even better because they're getting rest. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So, Ryan, let's get to our game picks.
Let's do it.
Do the Broncos win this game? Dion, do we have Henry's picks in yet? We got Henry's picks. Let's see. Should we see what Henry's feeling about this game? So Broncos 4-point dog, and he has the Broncos not only covering the spread, but winning 21-18.
Painkiller Hank believes.
Yes, he does. I absolutely love it. Ryan, do you believe?
I do believe. And I do believe that they can score 24 points.
Yes.
On the button. Broncos 24, Chiefs 19.
Woo. So Broncos cover the spread the reverse way.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I love it. And I am going they have to clear that 17-point mark just with Mahomes being 52-0 or whatever. So I'm going to say they do by 1 point. Broncos 18, Chiefs 16.
Oh.
And Ryan, this town is going to explode.
Yeah.
And the vibes that have not been as good as they should be are going to be there.
You win this one, they paint the town orange.
Yep, 100%. And it's like Nick Benito said, and I understand if there's some Broncos fans that are hesitant that if they're a Super Bowl caliber team or not right now. You beat the Chiefs, and you can't convince me at all, and you shouldn't be able to convince yourself that they're not a Super Bowl team, because right now, and don't forget this for when the Broncos win, the Chiefs are the Super Bowl favorites. That is saying that the country believes that the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL. You beat them at home, yeah, they're going to be 5-5, but going into this game, the country thought they were the best team, and you just beat them. It is such a big game. The Chiefs have everything to lose, though.
Yeah.
The Broncos don't.
No, but they should play like they do.
I completely agree, because desperation is
dangerous.
It is, and the
wounded
Chiefs are
animal
more,
is the most dangerous.
Yeah, especially a good wounded animal,
Yes.
like a scary one, like the Chiefs are.
Yeah.
Broncos can, for all practical purposes, eliminate the Chiefs from the AFC West crown. They won't be eliminated from the playoff hunt, but they'll be eliminated from the division crown. And that is such a powerful opportunity that they have.
Yeah, and I think they understand it, which is, it's bad news for the Chiefs that, like, the Broncos playing the Chiefs means so much to the Broncos.
Yeah.
You know, if the Chiefs were going up against, and it wouldn't quite be the same, but if the Chiefs were going up against, let's just say, like, the Carolina Panthers this week, and they were that desperate, like, the Panthers would be in so much trouble because they're just not getting up for that game the way that the Broncos will. The Broncos are at home. Their fans hate the Chiefs more than any other team right now. The team wants to beat them, knows that they are kind of the gold standard of the division for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
It's a nice thing that we kind of have. Like, the Broncos are kind of desperate to win this one too.
Yep, 100%. Ryan, I heard after the Broncos beat the Chiefs 38-0 in the season finale. I know their starters didn't play.
7 of their starters didn't play.
7 of their starters. Okay, I like that. Andy Reid was so pissed off because that was the biggest loss that he has ever had as the Chiefs head coach. And he was pissed off. If he stays in his fields a little too much, and that's good news for the Broncos here. So that's going to be interesting to see if maybe he says something after the game about that. But that's the last time the Broncos played, 38-0, and they played 15 of their starters.
God, I want it so bad.
And Ryan, you mentioned it. Tony Romo, Jim Nance on the call. They're bringing the crew out. But also NFL Today.
The Blaze is going to be crazy.
The morning show that they have, they're bringing that out here to Denver. I think that's the first time in a decade.
What is it?
It's their morning show, CBS's morning show from 10 to 11.
I didn't realize that traveled.
I didn't either. Maybe they only do it for very special games.
Do they want to do it from the tailgate?
That'd be sick.
Perfect backdrop.
It is the perfect backdrop. And then we could just take over their set right after. Or they can take over our set.
Yeah.
Before. They're making this a monster game, just as it should be. And you talk about
what unis we're wearing?
No, they haven't announced it.
Okay. What's your guess?
That's a great question. I have put zero thought. What do you think?
I'm gonna guess they go blue, white.
I would like that. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Can they wear the blue?
Yep.
They can wear the blue jerseys under the... Or do they have to go orange?
Oh, you're right. They might have to go orange.
Okay, so then...
Yeah, because you just get one alternate.
I'll go blue, orange, white.
Okay. Blue, orange, white. I like that. Man, I do like that the Broncos use the primetime or the throwbacks on primetime under the lights. That's great. But this game...
Yeah.
This game would have been the time. They did break them out last year when they played the Chiefs at home and won 38-0. So maybe that's why they just didn't want to do Chiefs again.
I don't know.
But this would have been the game for them.
There's one more game this season, right, where they're wearing them?
Chargers, week 18. That game could be for the division too, so that's going to be a sick game. Okay, let's look around the AFC West to give our other picks this weekend, and we have 2 other games. One's a good one. One's a terrible one. Let's start with the terrible one. Monday Night Football. Too bad they didn't flex this one. You got the Cowboys going into Las Vegas to play the Raiders. This is a 3-7 team. going up against a 2-8 team, I believe.
The Cowboys have a tie in there somewhere.
Oh, you're right. Maybe they're 4. I don't know. They're bad. Losing record. Who do you like here?
Cowboys. Cowboys by a lot.
Yep, give me the Cowboys as well. And I believe Henry has Cowboys. It's crazy how similar their helmets are.
Yeah, that's a disgrace that that game's Monday Night Football.
Yeah, a massive bummer. Well, I might not be able to watch it anyway, so I guess it's okay that I'll miss it. Then the other game in the AFC West on Sunday, we've got the Chargers going into Jacksonville to play the Jags. Henry's got the Chargers. Ryan, which way do you see this going?
Give me the Jags. Give me the Jags. The Chargers' lack of tackles is going to catch up with them eventually.
Yeah.
Jags do have some legit pass rushers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just got a feeling that's a Charger-y game.
I believe the last time the Chargers went down and played in Jacksonville. Remember what happened?
They blew a 24-point lead in a playoff game.
Yes, they did.
God,
and
I
the
love that
Jags
franchise.
went and beat them. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Unfortunately, I think the Chargers hang around in this game, end up winning. Trevor Lawrence, man. You have Brian Thomas, you have Travis Hunter, and you're really not able to do anything in the first half of the season when both those guys were healthy. That's crazy.
Brian Thomas kind of got his swagger back last week, though.
Yeah. I unfortunately think it'll be the Chargers here. And Ryan, after the Broncos beat the Chiefs, we got a 2-team race for the AFC West. And that Week 18 game, we're talking about this being the biggest game because it is right now. And if the Broncos take care of business, it will be until that Week 18 game. That could be truly for not just the division, that could be for the number 1 seed. That would be insane.
The last time the Broncos got the number 1 seed, they played the Chargers in the last week of the season.
Oh, my gosh. You're so right. We're going to have I was going to say a quarterback change, but no, we're not going to.
We're not, but we could have the offensive lineman saying, Bo effing Nix, when he goes into the huddle.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I cannot wait. And if you can't wait, well, we're going to be rocking and rolling with you all day Sunday. Game's at 2:25, so stay tuned for the tailgate right around 1:45, 1:50. We're going to be dropping that, the pregame show. If you're going to the game, make sure to come by the tailgate. As Ryan said, it is the best backdrop in the entire state of Colorado. Well, at least Denver, because I know Boulder's got some good backdrops as well. Then make sure to be tuning in with us on the watch along. That's going to be going all game. And then, of course, the post game show where we will be going into the bye week on a high note, the highest of high notes you can have. So make sure to stay tuned with us on YouTube all day on Sunday. And before we get out of here, got some super chats that we want to hit. And if you wouldn't mind giving us a thumbs up if you're tuning in on YouTube, whether it's live or not, that really helps us out. And let us know as well what your Broncos-Chiefs score prediction is. If you're tuning in live, drop it in the Twitter chat. If not, drop it below. Want to see how Broncos country is feeling about this game. And Ryan, the Great Dane, is dropping in some, what are these? What are DKKs? Danish?
Crowns.
Danish crowns. 45 of them. Thank you. It says, Twitter chat has a question for you, RK. Tell us about RJ's game against you. Oh, we hit this one. Let's keep Bo leaving. RK, what currency is this again?
I already got that.
What's the exchange rate?
I do not know that. If I had to guess, call it 5 to 1.
I'll take the over. So it's higher than that.
Okay.
7, 8, 9. Dion, I'm sure, is looking it up for us right now.
I don't know why everyone keeps saying it. Is this trash talk about CU, or is this like we're fellow CU fans who are talking about the fact that the Buffs blew out RJ Harvey's UCF Knights?
It should be a compliment to CU.
Yeah.
I guess if you just look at the stat sheet and only that game alone, you probably see he had, I think it was around 150 yards of scrimmage or something like that, 140, 130. You might be like, he tore you up, RK. But if you look at all of his stats last year, and you look at that one, that's, I think, the second worst yards from scrimmage game that he had. It might have even be the fewest rushing yards that he had in a game last year, but he did have that 75-yard touchdown. Fellow CU fan. So it's credit.
All right, good. That was fun. That was one of the most fun games of last season.
Yeah.
In
And
a
you were
long
there,
line of fun
right?
games.
Down in.
I was not there actually. It was the
Oh.
one away game that I missed last year for a friend's wedding.
Oh, well,
But I watched it in like a bar with all of my friends who were at the wedding.
that's sick.
And that was fun too.
That is awesome. And man, this game this Sunday is going to be so much fun. I cannot wait. Broncos going to destroy the Chiefs. Book it. That's coming in from Jimmy. We got Broncos 30, Chiefs 14 from Ramon. And this is going to be an awesome game. We cannot wait, Ryan. It's going to be so fun. Broncos have an opportunity to be 9-2 with a win over the Chiefs going into their bye week on an 8-game win streak. Let's go, baby. Tune in on Sunday for this. We will see you then.
We all silly like the mayor.